right. Okay, so we got the recording going. We're gonna be telling everybody in Team Up to get off of the Team Up Facebook page and join us so they can get their names in the raffle. There's Sonia from Connecticut, Massachusetts, right? Massachusetts. We got Virginia, we got Massachusetts, we have Hawaii. Steph Fletch, where are you?
I was about to
I
ask
am
the
in
same
Austin.
thing.
I'm in Austin at this amazing resort called Kalahari.
Love that. I love that. All
It's
right,
so
so
fun for
Kathy,
kids.
we're recording. All right, guys, it's Monday night. Hi, and it's the last Monday night call of 2021. All right, it's been quite the year, hasn't it? It has been quite the year. So I thought tonight we're going to have some raffle. I'm going to be giving away some money, surprise, surprise. But I thought we'd take a look back at 2021 and then look into what's coming up for 2022. And it's about change, guys. And I found a quote from John Kennedy, and I thought it was so apropos for everything that we've been going through in 2021. He said that change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past and the present are certain to miss the future. And I have to tell you that our home office, our corporate team, really in the past year and a half, they've been looking to the future. And we've had all kinds of changes. And I know that all things digital, I'm going to tell you, I know that it aged some of us. I've seen more gray hair and maybe a few more wrinkles because of all things digital. But we've got grit. We're going to hang in there. All right. So all things digital is the merging of our virtual office and our website. It's going to be our new social presence. And it's still changing and it's getting better. And then what we saw in 2021 is that the company made some great changes to the marketing plan. More money for those early positions, the Partner Plus, the QSC, the sales coordinator. Now more money as you're developing qualified businesses and developing clubs. Thought that was such a great idea, shifting the money to those first very important positions. And so tonight I have asked a couple of our leaders to jump on board, and both of them are enjoying a holiday dinner with family. And guess what? They're still showing up on the call because that's just what we do. So I asked Steph Fletch, because she did a lot of work behind the scenes. One of the major changes is how we can now get to sales coordinator without even sponsoring a rep. We can get to sales coordinator with customers. And that's exciting. But I wanted you to hear from Steph Fletch, National Marketing Director, why she thinks this is exciting. All right, Ms. Fletch.
All right, Terry, thank you guys so much. As Terry said, I'm actually at a resort with my kiddos and my husband, and we surprised them. We drove in. They had no clue we were coming here today. And thanks to our Christmas bonus that we get. So the fact that I have to take a few minutes to jump on a call is honestly my honor and my pleasure, because I'm here because Juice Plus got us here. So okay, so all the changes, as Terry said, are super exciting. I was super blessed to be able to get behind the scenes earlier in September. We went to Memphis and kind of knew some of this was coming down the pipeline, but did not know actually until the very end about this, the way that they're doing this double track, that, you can get there if you are a customer person. Like I have people on my team that just love on customers so well and have a ton of customers. And so now people that are kind of stressed out about having team, now obviously if you have team, you get there a whole lot quicker, right? Because it's duplication, but you can get there now by just being a customer lever. So that's the best part about now. You guys can recruit people that don't, some people are like, I don't really want to do this whole team thing. Don't worry, you don't have to. You can jump on and be, somebody who gets a ton of customers. And really, here's the deal. somebody that has a great presence on social media, somebody that has a lot of influence, physicians, chiropractors, and any kind of integrative medicine. These are the kind of people that are great people to talk to about this track, because somebody that might not have time to work with team and all that, but they get a ton of customers because they're in front of people all the time and might be able to recommend the product. I just talked to a pediatrician recently about this. Then those are people that can be on your team and get to sales coordinator like that, right? And here's the best part. If you are a sales coordinator and you fast track to sales coordinator, whichever track you go to, you get into this pool of leads. And Terry, did you want me to talk about that?
Yeah, because that's the best part. Okay, so why is it important right now that we get to sales coordinator?
Okay, so when you fast track to sales coordinator, you get put into this program, a lead program. And what that is whenever someone hears about Juice Plus, and they might not know it's something that comes from a representative, right? So they just get on the site, they search something, they find Juice Plus, and they order it directly from the website. Those all get redirected to fast track sales coordinators and above. And so it goes into a lead pool. So they divide them up equally amongst the regions. So like it goes by your, am I frozen?
No, I hear you fine.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
You were. Okay. And so it goes to people and they divide them up equally.
Now she's frozen.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
You're freezing up now.
No, she's not.
I'm not?
Terry is.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's just you, Terry. Oh, Kathy, I just saw you with your funny hat. That's awesome. Okay. So this is super exciting, guys, because they're going into a route where they're going to start talking about influencers. Okay. So they're going to be talking to people that have a major presence on social media. And guess what? When those people all get filtered into the system, because they go directly to these influencers are not going to have a direct link, right? They're going to go into our lead pool, and those all come back to you guys that are in that lead pool. So this is something new that they're doing. And so there's going to be a lot of leads out there that can go to you if you are a fast track sales coordinator. So might I suggest you get there ASAP?
I think that's so exciting. And I think that we're going to see a lot of changes in this distribution of leads as the year goes on. But Steph and I are both very excited about that. The fact that influencers are going to be promoting Juice Plus. Those leads are going to be going into the corporate pool to be distributed. So now's the season, guys, to be sharing the good news about Juice Plus. Stephanie, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your dinner tonight with your family. All right. So what else did we see in 2021? Well, number one, we saw a new product, our new Perform. And I know that some of you are already bringing in new customers with the Perform, because as of the 15th of this month, we could start putting customers on the Perform. And I'm excited for what that's going to be really in just the next couple days, because people are going to be doing the resolutions and the intentions for 2022. Everybody talks about getting healthy in the new year, and we have a fabulous new protein drink with less sugar and more protein that I think it's a win. It's already a win. So we've got that. And what was something else that happened in 2021? Oh my gosh, her name was Stuart Chronology, and she is our new global CEO. This woman is, I mean, talk about a visionary. She's the woman that took Beyond Meat, that company, and drove it to global recognition. All right. And then she was an executive with Pepsi that absolutely blew Pepsi's numbers out of the water. She is a force to be reckoned with. She's all about plants. She's a vegan herself. And so she's all about health and wellness. And she is our new global CEO. And if you live in Dallas, I am this close to wrapping up a contract. Stuart has agreed to be in Dallas on March 19th. All right, so put that on your calendar, okay, because I am this close to finalizing that. And so she's going to be with us, and that is so exciting. All right. So that's what happened in 2021. Now, 2022, you know, it's all about growth and expansion for me. It's all about all of you stepping into your gifts, your talents, and your treasures and sharing that. And this week, some of you got a little change purse in the mail. All right, and this was sent to, yeah, and as Nancy, this was sent to all my qualified businesses. It's a company called Papaya Art. And I love this company because, first of all, it's a company out of Ashland, Oregon. But first, it's art before it's an accessory. Isn't that cool? So the owner of Papaya Art is an artist, and some of you have received some other gifts from me from Papaya Art. So this is the piece of art that she has done, and it's this beautiful leaf, the stem, that's a reflection of growth and expansion. And so for those of you that got that, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being that qualified business that supports a lot of people. So I thought tonight that I would invite someone to the call who's very special to me, someone who I've known for 20 years. Her and her husband are friends and mentors and have had a huge impact in my life. And she's on the call tonight with her husband. I see Dave in the background. And the reason that I invited Marge McKeon on the call tonight is, I don't know if you know this, Margie, but 2 weeks ago, you celebrated your 20th anniversary with Juice Plus.
Wow.
20 years. And did you know that? Yeah, you signed your distributor application on November 26th, the year 2001.
Wow.
And in that time, my friends, Margie has had a qualified business for 239 months. Guys, that's 19 years and 11 months of being a qualified business. I mean, she made qualification within her first 30 days. So let me tell you a little bit about this amazing woman. Margie McKeon received her doctoral degree in marriage and family therapy from Texas A&M. And her husband, David, who you can see in the background, received his doctoral degree at the same time in the same field. And in the pursuing years, the True Acts Foundation of Texas A&M University honored Dave and Margie for being outstanding alumni in the counseling department. Wow. I mean, this is prestigious. The McKeons attribute the remarkable growth that they have experienced in their own relationship and in the relationships of the couples that they serve by doing advanced training with the founder of the Imago Therapy, Dr. Harville Hendricks. And for those of you that were fans of the Oprah show, Dr. Hendricks was a frequent visitor on that program. Dave and Margie are past co-president for the Association of Imago Relationship Therapy. And for 20 years, they have conducted workshops all over and have developed a thriving relationship with so many people. They're from Rockwall, Texas. And I thought tonight that we would celebrate Margie. And Margie, welcome to the Team Up last call for 2021. Why did you say yes to Juice Plus, Margie?
Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. They got a few bells here. And I'm really honored to be asked to share. I have a deep place in my heart, a lot of gratitude toward the Juice Plus community. And I particularly want to honor Terry. You know, I am absolutely amazed at the hundreds of lives that she has touched and lifted up and brought to a better quality and a better place. That's amazing when you think about all the people whose lives she has touched. So thank you, Terry, and thank you for being who you are. Then the other person I want to honor is Colleen Peschel, because she was the one who was responsible for getting me into Juice Plus. So let me tell you my story. Terry's asked me to share my story, and so that's where I'll start. She mentioned at one point we were co-presidents of the association. Well, there's a connection between being the co-president, breast cancer, and Juice Plus. So let me tell you how it all started. Dave and I were out at a conference in California, sitting in the back row, waiting for it to end. We had our bathing suits on under our clothes. We had our boogie boards in the car, and we were ready to take off for the ocean. We couldn't wait for that conference to come to an end. In the closing moments of the conference, our lives were turned around. The president got up and, unbeknown to the community, announced that he was resigning. The founders were taking him up to a higher level. They created another position, so he was vacating the presidency. The vice president was sitting next to me, Maya, and she was in shock like everybody else and made a profound response. She just said, "Oh shit," because she wasn't ready to take on the position. And the person on the left of me said, if you translate that, it means this is God's will. So anyway, then much to our surprise, somebody jumped up, nominated Dave to be president. And in seconds, he's up at the podium saying, well, the only way I will take on this position is if I have a co-president. So in minutes, somebody nominates me, and then the two of us are up there. Well, not immediately. I'm sitting there stunned at the rapidity at which all this happened and how our lives are being changed. And while I'm sitting there stunned and motionless, and they're waiting for me to get up and accept, Helen LaKelly Hunt, the founder of the Imago Therapy, she's the author of she's the wife of the founder. She is also the noted feminist, and she is the wife of Harville, and she part of the Hunt billionaire family. So she comes to me and takes me by the hand and looks me in the eyes, and she says to me, "You must do this. All the women out there are depending on you. They are looking to you. They need you. You must do this. We're the women of the world." Well, no pressure, of course. So I end up getting up and we start our journey as co-presidents. Everything went well until the last month of the stint. There was a group out in California, and at the time I referred to them as bats from hell, that were very contentious and caused a lot of disturbance and chaos and stress. Now, Dave was able to manage them. He had good coping skills. He would manage them on coffee call, but I took the stress and the negativity in. And many of my friends and colleagues felt that they precipitated my cancer, because right after I finished, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I believe that too. But I changed my perception as time went on. I became more conscious. I realized that, as my Jewish friend would say, the kosher choreographer sent them into my life to grow me up. And that one of the big tenets in therapy is, if you're going to be healthy, you must take ownership for everything happening in your space. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, everything that's in your well. So I realized they were not responsible for my inability to cope with stress or to cope with negativity. And that was something I had to learn, and that was an area I had to grow. So at that time, I went through radiation, and then I managed that pretty well. But then 2 years later, I had to go through radiation again. And what they don't tell you about radiation, it kills your good cells as well as your bad. So my energy was very depleted. And my neighbor, Colleen Peschel, heard of my story. And Colleen came and she invited me to get on Juice Plus. And I said, Colleen, there's so much out there. There's all kinds of supplements. They all have a lot of hype. Thank you, but no thank you. But Colleen did not stop. She kept dripping. And then eventually, when I didn't get on it, she brought it to my doorstep and said, here, take it. After taking the Juice Plus, I really began to see the difference. In 2 weeks' time, my energy came back. I began to feel like a new person. So I didn't really need the research. You know, once you have an experience, you have an experience. So then many say that when you have cancer, it's a blessing in your life. And I felt the same way because it's a wake-up call. It calls you to live on a more conscious level. And you begin to see life differently and behave differently. And your perceptions are different. For example, before the cancer, I used to love to go dancing. And my husband would get upset with me because I would end up leading most of the time. And then after the cancer, I remember going dancing with him, and he did something that touched me deeply. He said, Margie, you may lead anytime. And I was so moved, it really touched my heart at the time. So you see things, you know, who led and who didn't lead was not important. The most important thing was keeping each other emotionally safe in the relationship. And we know today how important that is. But it's the same for the body. Keeping the nervous system emotionally safe, keeping the cells emotionally safe, that is really a priority. And Juice Plus was so important to me because it educated me. You know, after I took the product, then of course there was more dripping. As you people know, the Juice Plus people are professional drippers. They don't stop. And so they invited me to come to, they wanted to meet with me. And I informed them how busy I was. My week was taken up and I had a 20-hour workshop that weekend. I just didn't have time for this. Well, they said, what time does your workshop end? So I told them, and of course, then I had to give in and meet with them. And not only did I get one dripper, I got 3 drippers. Terry came, Marlene Moeller, and Colleen. And they wanted me to become a distributor. I really had no desire to do that. But then they said to me, oh, well, you know, you can get it at wholesale if you become a distributor. And I thought, well, I'll be taking this for a long time. So if I get it cheaper, I'll go ahead and do it. So I signed up. Well, then my friends began to say to me, my colleagues, what happened to you? You look so different. Your energy's back. And then the next question was, when I told them what I was doing, then they said, where do I get it? Well, I was what they call business on fire, ignorance on fire. I didn't know exactly, I knew how to fill out a form and that was about it. But I kept filling out the forms and telling them what was happening to me. And the next thing I knew, I'm getting this nice check in the mail. And I thought, wow, this is pretty nice. I'm not even doing much for it. And I'm getting this check. Well, the dripping didn't stop there. Then they wanted me to go listen to speakers in Dallas. And again, I was resistant. You know, they say that Juice Plus is a developmental course that helps you develop. I had to get over my ego. And that was a process. I had to learn to be open and receptive, but they finally got me to go. And the first one I heard was Dr. Pam Popper. And I'll never forget it. She blew me out of the water. I realized at that time, I was like so many medical doctors, I was totally ignorant of nutrition. And, you know, she talked about not only do you need to have good nutrition, but you need to change your lifestyle. And I just barely had an idea what that was all about. Well, then I heard Dr. Richard Du Bois. You know, then I looked forward to going to these talks. These people had something to offer me. They could help me grow and change my life. And I remember how impressed I was when Dr. Richard Du Bois, this famous infection specialist who was a doctor's doctor, said, there is nothing out there with or without a prescription that can do for you what Juice Plus does. And I thought,
Right.
wow, that is quite a statement to make. You know, nothing out there with or without a prescription that can do this. Whoa, I better really get serious about this. So then, of course, they wanted me to go to a conference. And once we got there, we were so excited about the energy, the vitality that was in the room. It was palpable. And Dave and I never left a conference without feeling uplifted or inspired. Those conferences were very important for us. And then I went on for about 20 years, really in good health, even able to downhill ski at 86. And then, thank you. And then one workshop, we were doing a 20-hour workshop. And in the middle of the night, I did not feel well. I had to wake Dave up, and he took me to the emergency clinic, and they said, you have contacted the Epstein-Barr virus. Well, that is very much like COVID, except they don't have to put you on a ventilator. You have chronic fatigue. It's very debilitating. And doctors were clueless. The wonderful medical field were really clueless at that time about Epstein. Even though about 50,000 people suffered from it, they had no vaccine. Today they are, NIH is working on a vaccine for Epstein-Barr virus, but they didn't have it. So for about 5 or 6 years, it impacted me. Everything had to slow down. I spent most of my time sleeping and try to survive, took oxygen when I could. And then eventually I found a few things on the web like spirulina, but 2 things really made the difference. 2 things really brought me to health. One is we began meditating daily. And meditation really does a lot to calm your nervous system. There were authorities out there saying that most autoimmune diseases are the result of damaged nervous systems. You know, when you think of Parkinson's, MS, fibromyalgia, and almost all of us have had some trauma that has impacted our nervous system. So meditation really began to heal my nervous system, get it back in balance. Then the other thing that helped me was the cutting edge information coming from scientists, particularly Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's the biologist who discovered epigenetics. You know, for years they thought that your genes determined everything. Well, he convinced everybody that that's not the case, that your genes are like a blueprint for a house. Nothing happens until like the architect comes in and does stuff. Your genes, he goes so far as to say there is no cancer gene. That's pretty radical. He says there's no such thing as a cancer gene. He says all illness, all sickness is caused by stress, fear, and negative energy in the system. And that kind of was a wake-up call to me. So I knew I had to begin to become more conscious and live on another level. And it was going to be challenging. You know, there's a good stress, you use stress that helps you when you're challenged. It helps you feel more competent and capable. But then there's also stress that causes distress and fear and negativity. And that's what harms ourselves. And I don't think I ever thought about what was going on in my cell, but he tells you there's little antennas on each of your cells. And they are constantly picking up what's in the environment and what you are putting into your body. So when you put stress and negativity into that body, those cells are just responding to it. And then what happens, the energy begins to constrict in the cells. And when the energy in the cells constrict, then the immune system weakens, and then you start becoming sick. So he graphically explains what goes on after years of study of the cells. He tells you what is taking place. So that was an eye-opener. That was really an eye-opener. And then
Margie, Margie, I have people that have to jump on another call. So I want you, obviously, Margie, you are not struggling anymore.
No. And what the reason I'm so invested in Juice Plus now is I have friends who are out there with Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes, and I realize it doesn't have to happen, that prevention is the way to go. And Juice Plus provides a platform for that. It not only helps us to nourish our bodies, but to educate others so that they don't have to go through all this. Thank you, Terry.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. 20 years with Juice Plus, Dr. Margie McKeon, qualifying her business for 19 years and 11 months. And look at her. Margie, can I ask, I never ask a woman this, but Margie, how old are you?
I am 89 and a half. And let me tell you a little story. I was on the elevator a few months ago. We went out to Boston to watch our son in the Boston Marathon. It was a crowded elevator and there was a bright little boy there. And somebody said to him, "How old are you?" And he said proudly, 7 and a half. And I'm standing next to him and I said proudly, "I'm 89 and a half." And everybody laughed. But yes, I am proud of being 89 and a half, dementia free, Alzheimer's free, diabetes free. So I attribute a lot of that to the education as well as the nutrition that I've learned from Juice Plus. Thank you, Terry.
Oh my gosh, guys, that was so amazing. Oh my gosh. All right, what a way to wrap up 2021 and to have our vision, our sights on 2022, because Margie is right. There's not a person that does not need Juice Plus. All right, guys, right now, before we get into the raffle, I have asked Jamie Cantrell, amazing National Marketing Director, to join us. There's Jamie's just wrapping up her holiday dinner. Jamie, you look beautiful.
Thanks.
Surprised. Jamie was chosen. You know, there's just thousands of Juice Plus reps, but Jamie was chosen to be a part of an elite group called Team Synergy that literally was flown to the home office a couple times in 2021, closed door, locked door, working with the leadership and really helping to affect so much of the change that we're seeing. Jamie, talk to us a little bit about Team Synergy, what you're excited about and what we can expect in 2022.
Well, hi guys, and Margie, your story resonated with me so much. I have to tell you, as someone who's a post-COVID long hauler, I'm currently being tested for Epstein-Barr, and a lot of what you said about the nervous system was just, God puts people in your life, and the timing was perfect. So thank you for sharing your story. I love that. But Team Synergy, I will tell you, the first thing that you need to know is that our leadership under Stuart Konagi is the most exciting journey ahead. You have somebody who's coming to us from outside of the network marketing industry who is she is a disruptor in a good way. She knows business, she knows how to get things done, and she's taking a community, our amazing community that has been together for so long, and she's innovating and modernizing, but keeping the traditions of who we are, the feel of who we are, keeping that alive front and center. In her words, she wants to continue to highlight Jay's mission for the field and bring us into bigger, better, faster, stronger. And so guys, I want to tell you, any of the headaches or challenges you may have had in your businesses in years past, you're going to begin to see that transition into more of a seamless process. So here are a couple of things that I'm super excited about in 2022. Not only has our compensation structure changed, which many of you are taking benefit, but the other things that it's gonna be more mobile friendly. We're gonna have a sales app coming in early spring so that you will have the ability, as you're living life, meeting people, talking with people, you can literally do everything from your phone. So that's super exciting. Secondly, we're going to have more of an ability to have referral codes and sharing links so that we are actually incentivizing our customers and potential customers. We're incentivizing them to share. We're going to have access to their markets because they're going to benefit either through product credit or a loyalty style program, but there's going to be some new exciting things coming down the pike. And it's just going to 10x your business. It's going to help your new team members win more. Psychologically, it's going to grab more people's attention. And the third thing that I will tell you is that from a brand recognition standpoint, we're going to be more visible, seen, and heard through different channels, not only on social media, but in where most of our audiences live, work, breathe. We're going to be able to deliver us to those mediums, and as opposed of always asking people to come to our event, come to this, come to that. We're going to start showing up in people's emails, inboxes, text message, and messenger. So there's a lot down. We're so beautifully positioned right now for just massive growth and success in 2022. So if you're interested in sharing this message with more people, getting the product in the hands of as many people as possible, you're in the right place at the right time.
Hey, Jamie, I love everything you just said. Talk to us just for a second about the bundle opportunity that's going to hit with the quad.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how we can take advantage of that.
So it's the first time ever that our corporate office has ever extended an ability for our product to be received out in the public at quote unquote I won't even say discount because I think that kind of lessens the value, but at a better price. Because again, if we're living true to the mission that we want to inspire healthy living all around the world, the goal is to get our product into the hands of as many people. And sometimes the price point can be a deterrent. Our number one seller tend to be our trio blend, but we want to get the quad into many people as possible. So coming in January 1 through January 31, we have the opportunity to offer the quad at 10% off. So if you do the full retail price of the quad, it's $400. So 10% off of that means a brand new customer, someone who's never ordered Juice Plus before, is going to be able to get the quad at $40 off. So who is that going to be good for? That's going to be good for the people who have maybe been sitting on the fence, wanted to pull the trigger, but price was an issue. It's a great way to say, hey, listen, I know you were interested. Our company just made it more possible for you. Are you ready to get started? Right at this time, there was there were some questions in the field. This is not part of the Healthy Starts for Family program. This is strictly the Protective Plus program. It's the fruits, the veggies, the berries, and the quad. And the reason for this, and I want to share this real quickly, is we didn't want to at this time. We're beta testing and we're tracking to see how this works from a marketing perspective. But we wanted to, if we tacked on this bonus bundle opportunity with the Healthy Starts for Families, that would be giving a ton of product away at a huge, huge discount. If you think about it, if a child participates in the Healthy Starts for Family program, if they're 12 and older, they're 4 years worth of free product. You do the math, it's more than, I think, what, $1,200, maybe almost $2,000 worth of free product to a teenager. So on top of that, we wanted to keep the integrity of this offer, this limited offer, strictly for just the Protective Plus bundle. And eventually, we're not going to be a company that does discounts all the time, but we're going to do it very seasonally and very timely with where our market is and when our products really grab their attention. So we're really looking at a strong marketing strategy around our products in 2022.
Wow. Okay, guys, I hope that you are as excited as I am. Jamie, thank you for, are you still at the restaurant or are you home?
No, we're home now. We're home now.
Okay.
My kids got to listen to Margie in the car. So it was really good education.
It was that amazing. We got the most amazing health lecture tonight. I just love it. All right, guys, it's time to wrap up the night, but I promised a raffle. Okay, because it's everything. We're focusing in 2022. Kathy has been taking names as you're popping up and you're joining us. So I thought as we were looking at 2022, I'm thinking 4 raffles, okay? 4 names. And the first 3 names are going to win an Amazon gift card because we're looking at 2022 for $22. So, Kathy, who are our first 3 winners?
Okay, that's upside down. Abby Nolan, that's $22.
Virginia, Abby Allen.
Dave McKeon.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Sarah. Yay!
What's Sarah's last name?
You gotta say it, Sarah. I botch it every time. Go ahead, Sarah. Zarecki.
All right, Sarah. Thank you. All right. So the 3 of you are going to be getting your Amazon gift card for $22. But heck, it's the season of giving. I thought tonight we'd bless one person with, I'll Venmo it to you or send you a check or Amazon, whatever you want, for how about $122 as we're looking at 2022. And who's that winner, Kathy? Look at her. She's such a tease.
Kathy. Orozco, are you still here?
Yes! Oh my God! All right, guys. Oh my goodness. Unmute everybody, Kathy. All right. So
Everybody
guys,
can unmute yourselves.
unmute yourselves.
Congratulations, Kathy.
Okay, remember,
Merry Christmas.
2021 is the year of change. 2022 is the year of growth, expansion, and amazing opportunity. And something that never changes is what Margie said, the power of the produce that's in those capsules. Let's go make a change in the world. No, I love you. I'll see you back in January. Peace and blessings, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy New
Christmas,
Year.
Terry.
Merry Christmas. Love y'all.
Thank you,
Merry
Terry.
Christmas, y'all.
Take care. Peace and blessings.
Bye-bye.
This was a shot of encouragement.
Oh, who said that?
Me.
Kathy did.
Kathy. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.